Simon Sinek, a man of mystery, but also a man of intellectual stability. He can make a circular doodle more profound than a Van Gogh painting. We are here today to react with my boys to a video of his. Let us know your comments as we go through.
All right, y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Do you love your wife?
I don't have one.
I love mine.
Prove it. Like, what's the metric? Give me the number that helps me know, right? Because when you met her, you didn't love her. Now you love her, right? Tell me the day the love happened. It's an impossible question. But it's not that it doesn't exist. It's that it's much easier to prove over time, right? Wow. Leadership is the same thing. It's about transitions. So if you were to go to the gym, it's like exercise, right? If you go to the gym and you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. And if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. Nothing. Right? So clearly there's no results, can't be measured, it must not be effective. So we quit, right? Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action and you stick with it, like in a relationship, I bought her flowers and I wished her happy birthday, and she doesn't love me. Clearly I'll give up.
Wow.
That's not what happens. If you believe there's something there, you commit yourself to an act of service. Wow. You commit yourself to the regime, the exercise. You can screw it up. You can eat chocolate cake one day. You can skip a day or two. You know, it allows for that. But if you stick with it consistently, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape. I know it. And the same with the relationship. It's not about the events. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency.
Yeah.
Right? You go to the dentist twice a year, your teeth will fall out. You have to brush your teeth every day for 2 minutes. What does brushing your teeth twice a day for 2 minutes do?
2 minutes
Nothing.
is a long time.
Unless you do it every day, twice a day for 2 minutes. Right? It's the consistency. Going to the gym for 9 hours does not get you into shape. Working out every day for 20 minutes, gets you into shape. So the problem is we treat leadership with intensity. We have a 2-day offsite, we invite a bunch of speakers, we give everybody a certificate. You're a leader, right?
That's so interesting.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff because it speaks to discipline across a whole bunch of different fronts. If you want a desired goal or a desired result, you need to discipline yourself to be consistent.
That's what Jocko Willink says when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. He talked about the difference between motivation and discipline.
Wow.
Motivation in and of itself isn't enough. You have to have discipline. Discipline is no matter what I feel like, I'm still going to go to the gym. If I wake up at 5 a.m., my body is telling me, as David Goggins says, to go back to sleep. It's just the proverbial reaction to that sound that you hear in the morning when you're on your nice pillow cushion. Well, you're sitting there.
Next time you wake up late, bro, I'm going to call you out.
Hey, we're on this journey together. You're right. I mean, call me out because, nobody's perfect, but there still isn't an excuse. I think that's what a brotherhood's for. Like, if you're telling me, Isaac, you're screwing up, get up and go to the gym, that's motivation for me to say, okay, what am I doing?
I'm going to dive into the relationship that he talks about.
Yeah.
As a married man,
you say this in every video.
I'm proud to say I'm a married man. There's so many people that fall out of love, they say. And I think that is one of the most important reasons why divorce is so rampant. Because you're looking for that feeling at every moment instead of realizing that a relationship is the same as like going to the gym. It's about that daily building, that daily growing. And I am so in love with my wife. I've been married 9.5 years.
That's amazing.
And there were moments when I didn't have the feeling. And
what did you do?
I started doing things for her, started making her feel loved, started filling her love tank in the way she feels loved, which is quality time. And the more I would do that, the more she wanted to reciprocate that. And then the feelings come back. But if you only rely on the feelings, that's why people get divorced. I feel like there's obviously deeper reasons. There's money, there's infidelity, a lot of reasons that go into it. But when that feeling goes away, where you don't feel like you are in love anymore, it's often because you're not doing the daily work required. I love how he parallels that with the gym. We work out together. There's never one time where I go work out and I say, I've made it. I'm now jacked.
Yeah, I mean, the gym's a perfect analogy for it because there might be days where you go to the gym and you just don't feel up to it. Maybe you forgot your pre-workout.
Twice,
or
actually, in the last
maybe
week.
you only got a couple hours of sleep, whatever the case might be. But if you stay dedicated that specific day, even though you might not have put out as much as you could have had you had enough sleep or had you had your pre-workout, at the end of the day, that is still going to lead to results. The best workout is, or the worst workout is the one that didn't happen.
And the worst relationship is one that wasn't actually cultivated at all.
Justin Waller says something about working out that I really like. He said, even the sucky workouts are better than no workouts at all. Because one of those workouts that you define as terrible, or that you're not giving it your all, might turn into the best workout of your life.
Those are
because
the
something
best workouts.
clicks in your brain at some point and you're like, whoa, I'm actually showing discipline. I'm actually getting
Agreed.
out of bed. I'm actually showing purpose. And men ultimately want to be proud of themselves. They want to make their family proud, their generational legacy, and their lineage, and also their, immediate community.
Yep.
I know for me, being back in the gym now for like a month, training with you guys, the community around me has already started seeing results coming up to me at church saying, bro, your arms are huge. And they try to touch my arms. I'm like, don't touch my arms.
No, you wanted them to. Don't lie.
Jordan didn't want him to.
No,
I did
kind of
not.
secretly did.
Isaac is feel my...
Yeah. If the veins popping, you got to make it happen. You know what I'm
I
saying?
even furrowed my eyebrows at him like, no, you're
Don't
not
touch
touching me.
Going back to this, though, around the interrelational dynamic between discipline and consistency, are those the same word? Or what is the difference between discipline and consistency when it comes to working out, loving your partner well? What are some interrelying or connecting pieces to that?
Well, one leads to the other.
Yep.
You have to be disciplined to be consistent.
You know what? Something
You can't
that
be
Jocko
consistent without being disciplined.
I was listening the other day to Jocko on Huberman's podcast. He said something that really impacted me. He said, I don't negotiate with myself. Goggins has said the same thing.
Wow.
When it's 4:30 in the morning when he wakes up, he says, if I go by how I'm feeling in that moment, I would never get out of bed. He said it sucks. He's been in the Navy SEALs, and he still admits that waking up at 4:30 sucks. But he said, I don't give my mind the ability to say no. I don't negotiate with myself.
David Goggins was sitting in his bed, and he said he stared at his alarm clock for like 30 minutes and just sat up on his bed and had to work himself mentally into a place of wanting to go to the gym. He's not perfect. Everybody thinks, oh, David Goggins is a perfect human. He struggles daily, and he says he works out those inner demons and says, no matter what, I will stare at the alarm clock and I will get my mind right before I go out and do my thing. That is with any man. No man is impervious to struggle. No man is impervious to pain. Those are a promise, and they will come. But if you guard your mind and armor up ahead of time, you can attack anything that comes at you. Not even by yourself. You can have men around you that help to, shoulder that burden and that load.
I love how you're just flexing.
Absolutely.
Flex on them, make them suffer pain.
Yeah, a lot of this really also delves into the power of visualization too.
Yes.
Because it's hard to be disciplined towards something if you can't visualize the outcome or the end result.
Yeah, we'll do another future video on that because I think it's powerful.
There's actually a lot of science behind visualization.
And we'll have a whole series on that. We really want to dive deep, provide research for you guys in the comments as well. If you are commenting on our videos, and you say, where's the research? It's in the video. Go check it out.
It's always
going to
be in the description.
Yeah.
Go into we have a whole Google Doc on our video about pornography and why it's bad for your brain.
The podcast.
Yeah, it's in the podcast. You can go check it out. It's beautiful.
But please
so much
subscribe
time.
while we're here. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what are we doing?
What are we
Subscribe,
doing?
comment. Also, real quick, going back to relationships, the not negotiating with yourself is even powerful there. And what I mean by that is when you are in a moment to be able to do something for your woman,
Yes.
you don't negotiate with yourself. For example, you come home. Yes, you had a long day at work. You see that there's dishes all over the counter. It's easy for us as men to say, I've been gone all day at work, and what have you been doing? Why didn't you just clean up these dishes? Yes, maybe we need to have some kind of talk about it and see how we can get better. But inside of you, you're saying, I'm exhausted. Don't do the dishes. What if you stopped negotiating with yourself and just did it? Your wife is exhausted. She might be watching your kid the whole day. She might be working herself, whatever she's doing. Don't negotiate with yourself. Serve your woman on a daily basis, and you will see your relationship grow because she's going to say, oh, he went out of his way to do this for me, and that will drastically change your relationship. So,
Simon Sinek, what are your thoughts, comments, perspectives on the man, the myth, the legend? We have thoughts. We've told you. Now tell us. We're very excited about it. Let's keep going.
subscribe. All right.
We are the Wilson brothers.
Don't forget it.
Peace.
And the Viking.
And the
Don't-
Viking. Oh,
and-
no,
hey,
Viking.
We got to plug
And
the Viking here. We always say we're the Wilson brothers.
Viking for the audience. Flex one time for the audience. Come on now.
Let's go.
Peace.
Peace.